Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. All right, today we're back onto the Ducati train. When I purchased my Ducati this past summer, the previous owner only had one key. So this guy here, which I think is a factory key. Again, this is a 2015 Hyperstrada, which is a Hypermotard 821. So 2015 is sort of the key moving forward on this quest to find a replacement key or a spare key, copy of the key, however you want to look at it. The deal is you can take your bike with your existing key to a dealer, and for probably the quotes I've gotten so far, $300+, they'll provide you with a new and another working key. What could be better for $300+? Anyway, so I just thought, since I'm doing all this other work on my bike, trying to cut some costs down, that I would see if I could cut costs down on a spare key. So much researching on the internet and forums and videos, and one of the main low-cost options is being able to clone your existing key and saving close to $300 for another key. So a lot of times you can buy these clonable keys on eBay, Amazon, somewhere, and get the data from one chip clone copied over to another. Well, it turns out that, first of all, I went ahead and purchased one of these clonable keys. You can see here, used to clone existing key chip data. Yes. And the dimensions and everything of this key look exactly like mine. But it turns out that this, at least from everything I've researched and experienced so far, can't be cloned from this key. Because again, I've got a 2015 Hyperstrada, Hypermotard 821. This one seems to really be more geared toward slightly older models. That could be anything from a 749, 848 type superbike to some of the other monsters previous years, that sort of thing. So this is going to get sent back. And the deal is, from what I've been able to find, and if you guys have any better info, please post them down below. I'd be interested to know. The details are that my bike, starting in 2013, along with the Hypermotards, and then moving forward into, say, 2015-16 range, some other bikes like Scramblers, maybe a couple not the Hypers, but the Multistradas, and then moving into 16, 17, I think, some of the Panigales, use a different immobilizer system than all of the previous models of Ducatis. So it uses what's called a I2K-2 system. Actually, I think I probably wrote that down wrong. It's like an I2K-2 system. And you only get 2 black keys with your bike. So 2 of these guys, and for problems with your immobilizer, you have a PIN code, which is a 4-digit code that you can put into your computer, your dash, if you have a problem getting it started. So previous models, some had red keys, some had code cards. There's a few variations. There's like a hands-free immobilizer system as well that's kind of specific. But anyway, the deal is, and what I've been told, is that you can clone one of these keys, but you need really specific tools and you need really specific keys. And that seems to be difficult just to match up randomly off of, say, eBay, Amazon, wherever you want, and then finding someone who has really the right tools, a locksmith. I visited a couple of locksmiths as well as a couple of hardware stores and had zero luck in this endeavor with this spare key. So, like I said, we're going to send this guy back, which I think, and I feel pretty confident it probably would have worked for an older model, but since we've got this new immobilizer system, Ducati has really, I think, cracked down on, you can call it theft prevention, or you can just call it just another way to get the dealer to make a few more dollars, because $300 plus for a spare key isn't completely chump change, even if you own a Ducati. So I found a couple of seemed to be very reputable sites and got some feedback from them as well, which is nice when you actually get emails back from real people. First is Chad over at SOS Diagnostics. They're out of Portland, Oregon. They will program your key and or make a clone of it as well. So the programming and cloning are two different things. Programming costs a little bit more because it requires, at least my understanding, more like a factory Ducati key, and then the factory Ducati, what do they call it, the DDS computer, to be able to hook in to your bike to allow you to program an additional key. But they offer cloning as well, so obviously this can be cloned if you have the right tools and the right key. And then the other is Ducati Parts Unlimited. Got a really thorough email back from Oscar there. They're based out of Miami, Florida. And really, he said, sort of what I suspected was this sort of inexpensive clonable key I got was not compatible, which was what I was told by the locksmiths. And, he was a little more specific, saying that the 20 to 30-bit encryption chip is incompatible with my bike, which means probably any bike with this I2K-2 system. So, but both of these guys offer programming and cloning of keys. They say they have great success with that. The only caveat to that, especially for somebody like me, is I've only got one key, and they need my one key to make a clone off of. So that means I need to trust to some degree, or take some caution in mailing my key there and back. So we're going to look down that path, see what we can do to minimize any risks there, and that's probably the route I'm going to go. And then I just thought I would, once I get down there, get my key or keys back, I'll let you know how this all goes. So it's still not going to be $300. So both offer a clonable key for under $100. Maybe not including shipping, insurance, that sort of thing. I'm not sure yet, but I'll get some details on all that and move forward, and hopefully by this next riding season I'll have a spare key or two, just because I'm getting old and my mind's not great, and I do typically end up losing things over time. So I will let you know if you have any questions, especially if you have any comments, suggestions. I'm going to put some links down in this video too on the different type of immobilizers for most modern Ducatis. Oscar over at Ducati Parts Unlimited has a really good, thorough description of some of the procedures, because some of those you can DIY programming your own keys. If you know, I've seen that done for, again, some of the older monsters, super bikes, different things. So you know, that's an option for some Ducati owners, but in my case, I'm don't have a lot going for me right now, except getting some help from somewhere else. It doesn't seem to be a DIY thing for this particular model or these bikes with this immobilizer. So I'll also put down, I'll put some links to documents and web pages in the description of this video, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching.